Now, I used to have pretty severe anxiety um, in 20, basically from my life up to, I guess, mid 2018. Up to that point, my anxiety was still kind of bad then, um, mostly just because I didn't know how to interact with people. But I still got pretty nervous about certain things, and I had a few panic attacks in 2018. That wasn't fun. But I thought it was more or less gone because, you know, I don't get fearful of things that most people should be really fearful of. I've been in a lot of near death scenarios. Didn't quite bother me very much. I put myself in harm's way a lot of times, and I've been in a lot of really, I guess, scary situations to most people. Those things didn't really bother me very much. I've been in really horrible situations that did not bother me. And yet, I'm kind of watching the anxiety that I once had return. Where, I used to, my heart would go really fast a lot. I'd just randomly get really anxious and my heart would start going fast. It happened all the time. And now, what I'm watching currently is that sense that like something was always wrong or that there was something to worry about is just coming back. And it hasn't been here for like a fucking whole year. I don't know where it's been like over a year at this point that I have not had anxiety except like a few times. Like there's individual moments that I've recorded in videos that I had anxiety like that day, but it wasn't a frequent thing. It didn't happen very often. And now I've been getting it constantly. And it's not even like always when I'm at school. Usually it's when I'm away from school. And there's nothing here that would make me anxious. But it's like the days where I'm thinking about the fact that I have to go back to school the next day, I start getting that racing heart feeling like something bad is going to happen or that, something feels wrong. But when I'm in the school itself, I don't feel any of that. I just feel really depressed. Like yesterday, I kept crying for like most of the day. I had to stop tears multiple times or hide tears multiple times because I was just crying so much when I was in school. And this keeps happening. I just have to keep hiding these tears because like I'm not even making it happen. I'm not trying to cry. I'm not thinking of sad things deliberately. It's just happening. The thoughts go into my head, or I just get upset and I start crying. And I've been waking up. I've been waking up each day with very little sleep because I can't sleep. Even when I go to school with like 3 or 2 hours of sleep, I still end up being up at like 12 or 1 a.m. Not even looking at my device. I'm not even on my phone, and I'll just be laying there in the bed for hours and hours and hours, and I will have taken two of my fucking anxiety meds and two melatonin, and I still can't get to sleep. Those things are supposed to knock you out. I still lay there. I still lay there trying to get to sleep, and it just doesn't work. I don't know what the hell is going on. I've always had terrible sleep problems. I know that. That's part of one of the reasons why I haven't gone to school. But this weird anxiety stuff, like, that hasn't been here for so long. And now, like, all of a sudden, when I'm at home, my heart starts racing and I start getting really nervous. And I've been trying to get better sleep. I was sleeping kind of on a schedule before I started going to school. I spent like a month on a kind of consistent sleep schedule, and then the moment I get into school, when I come home, I can't get to sleep anymore. It's like the fucking sleep disorder symptoms all of a sudden come back. And I don't know if it's because I'm just really stressed and I just really don't want to be there. I don't know what the hell it is. Like I wake up. I wake up at, like 7, 7:20, good times. These are good times to wake up. I get more sleep than other people would because of that. But at the same time, I keep getting to sleep at like 1 a.m. or like 2 a.m. just because I keep on laying in bed, desperately trying to get to sleep. I need to get to sleep right now, and I can't do it. I don't know what it is. I can't do it. And I, I, I got to be able to skip school today because I had a headache, and so I'm just going to do my work on the computer at home. But here I was sitting at the computer thinking, "Oh boy, I got to get those 14 assignments done before fucking 3 o'clock, because that's when the teacher has to turn them in to the other official, and I better get those done. Don't goof off. Don't goof off. Better get those done." And I I I know I'm gonna get them done, but I can't do anything else. It feels like I can't do anything else until I get them done. That I just have to get them out of the way because it's like a fucking cancer on the back of my neck that I have to get them done. Gotta get them done. Gotta go faster. Gotta get them done. It's I have to sit around these people every single fucking day. I have to go sit in this fucking class being around these people every single day. And when I'm in my room, I have bad days. I get sad. You've seen my videos where I get sad, but now every day I'm getting sad. The first like 3 or 4 days, I had fun. I was like, wow, I'm at school now, guys. I can fucking do math. Doing math is fun. I didn't realize that. I can just sit here and I like doing these menial tasks. I like doing my fucking work. I could do it. I enjoyed doing it. But being around these fucking people every single day, I have to be in this room with these people, and it just makes me sad. Every time, it just makes me sad, and I don't know why. It's not like it's not like there's some kind of inability that I have to talk to them. It's not like they're doing anything necessarily wrong to me. I just don't like being around them. Being around them makes me sad. Hearing them talk makes me sad. When I'm in my room, I don't feel that way. When I'm in my own space, I don't feel that way. It 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 I've had people come up and try to talk to me a few times, and every single time I just didn't want to. This is the thing about fucking conversations, is that when you're in a conversation with someone, when someone walks up to you to talk to them, that's not a voluntary role that you're taking. You're not choosing to speak with somebody. You're being forced into an environment. The state, the government, is forcing you to go to an environment every single day where you have to talk to people, potentially, and you're forced in that environment, so you can't wiggle out of it. You can't just choose to go somewhere else. So you get forced into this environment, and people can just walk up to you and try to talk. I don't want to talk to any of them. I don't want to talk to any of them. But they come up to me. They come up to me, and I have to talk to them because, well, he came up to me. And I try. I try to say, a few words, try to get a few words out. And it's the same embarrassing story that it is every other time. Oh, Star can't talk today. Star can't get his words out. And then the people, they it's just walk away, and I'm the same joke that I am to everybody else in the building. Now, it's not as hard as it used to be to deal with that. When I was in school in 7th and 8th grade, I felt a deep amount of shame with every single mistake that I made talking to people. I did. And so when I was there, I was able I couldn't compartmentalize it the way that I do now. I don't care as much when I get embarrassed in front of these people. It doesn't bother me so much. I don't internalize it. Like I internalize embarrassment when it's with people I care about. When I lost like no thank you as a friend, for instance, and I embarrassed the shit out of myself when I was talking to him, it still hurts. It still hurts to think about how much I embarrassed myself in the conversation. It still hurts. And I have moments like that, moments from like years ago, where I embarrass myself in front of someone that I care about, and it still hurts. And I still think about it, and it still makes me upset. It doesn't make me as upset anymore. I've gotten better at dealing with it, but it still hurts. with normal people, with normal fags who just exist as NPCs, it doesn't hurt as much. It doesn't hurt as much, or at all, most of the time to get embarrassed. But I still don't like it. I still don't like being forcibly removed from my environment, the place that I've stayed in, the place that I feel comfortable in, to go around these fucking normal fags and to have to be forced into interactions with them where I'm just going to be embarrassed like I always am, where I'm just going to be another person who doesn't even know how to respond. Man, I've tried so many times to be social. I've tried. I know I can do it. That's the thing. I know I have the ability to talk to people. I've done it before. I don't want to. I just want to be in my room. This video is really autistic, I think. Um but I've been I've been thinking about suicide a lot more lately. I wasn't really having frequent suicidal thoughts when I was in need. I was depressed and everything every now and again, but mental health professionals, they say that suicide, it's like the next sign, and depression, it's the next sign. It's the next big thing. That's when you get to point A to point B on your chart. That's when on your chart you're at level 8 instead of level 5. Woo! That, they say it's the breaking point, right? And when I was in need, I didn't fall back on this, oh, I'll commit suicide eventually thing. Didn't fall back on that. I didn't think about it. I didn't think about it how, oh, yeah, one day I'm just going to end everything. Didn't come up as much. Maybe as a joke every now and again, but it didn't come up as much. You know? I didn't think about suicide as like an option. Because I was comfy in my room just playing my fucking games, making YouTube videos, and it wasn't always easy, but it was better. It was better than this shit. I had a place where I could feel satisfied doing things, fulfilled doing things that I enjoyed, where I was having fun consistently. I was content. It wasn't all great. I want to get out of this house. I don't want to live here. But it was okay. It was okay. It was a nicer time. But now I think we've reached a point that many of those professionals up there would consider severe, where almost every single day now when I come into school I start thinking about suicide again. Every day. I can't ignore it. It just shows up somehow. It just wanders its way back into my mind. And it really puts into perspective um some of the things I had been saying longer into being in need. It's like I would have pretty bad days every now and again where I would start saying, oh, maybe life would be better if I became a normal fag, and I started talking to people again, and I started, going out with people all the time, and go back to school, get a job, things you're told always. No, go back to school, get a job, oh, talk to people in real life, all this bullshit. Now, I thought I would be happier if I tried to do those things. Um, and I've tried to do those things a bunch of other times. They didn't quite work out. I tried to do them again here after quite a long time of not doing them. And at first, it was kind of okay. I still didn't like being around people, but it was kind of okay. That made me excited, because I thought I was changing. I thought I had changed. I was just a different person than who I used to be. You know, all those years of being in school and thinking about suicide all the time, of looking at the faces of the people around me and having utter disgust, all those years of desperately just wanting to be by myself, without a friend in the world, I thought I wasn't like that anymore. That somehow my entire personality throughout the course of my entire life had just switched. Just different now. Just how it works, just different. You know, switch right away. But of course, people don't work that way. And no matter how much I told myself that I liked it, the emotional reaction was just there. You could see it a mile away, even with me trying to hide it. And so, I've been desperately sitting here trying to figure out how the fuck do I get out of this school? I don't want to be here, man. I don't want to be here. My anxiety's coming back, and it's getting worse. My suicidal thoughts are coming back, and I sound like a insane person on my videos now. I'm not unself-aware about it. I can see it. I can hear it. Did I have anything else to say? Yeah, I think that's it. Life updates, I guess. Yeah.